Current 9th graders will receive a registration form with 10th grade listed at the top. This form is designed for you to select which courses you wish to take next year, your second official year of high school, as you continue with the courses needed to meet graduation requirements and prepare for your future college and career goals. Your form should be yellow in color. Hopefully you have completed your 4-year plan over the last few weeks. Taking the time to thoughtfully consider your long-term goals and using this information to consider your course needs and options during high school will make the registration process quicker and easier for you each year. The first step in preparing to register is to print your 4-year plan from your Google Drive. Make sure your name is printed on top. This 4-year plan will need to be stapled to your official registration form before you submit it to your advisor. Next, place your 4-year plan next to your registration form. You will notice that some courses on your form are crossed out. This notifies you that you may not be eligible for this course because it is designed for students at a different grade level. Future registration forms will look different as new courses become available to you each year. The recommended grade level for students to enroll is listed in more detail in the registration handbook. You are encouraged to look ahead at all your options as you plan for the courses you wish to take in future years while planning your 4-year worksheet. You may also notice that courses you may have taken last year are still open for your registration. This is in case you failed a class. If you did not attend summer school, then you are encouraged to retake the required course this year. Please consult with your advisor or the counselor for assistance with this if needed. You can also look at your transcript and the graduation checklist to review which courses you need, and if it is a 2-quarter class, do you need the first or second half or both? You will also notice that some courses are already circled on your registration form. This simplifies the process for you because it automatically registers you for the courses that you are required to take in each year in order to meet graduation requirements. Scheduling works best if the majority of students are taking the designated courses in the year they are intended for each grade level. Always keep in mind the best sequence or order for your classes. For example, if you struggle with math and failed algebra last year, you will want to make sure you retake algebra before you push on to take geometry. Consulting with the math teacher and/or your advisor or the counselor may be necessary to help you decide which classes you are ready for each year. Please review the instructions on your registration form. They instruct you to circle the courses you wish to register for. Take note of the fact that some courses show 2 numbers to circle before the course name. Courses with 2 numbers are taken for 2 quarters, and because each full block course is equal to 1/2 credit per quarter, these courses will show they are worth 1 full credit, since they will take 2 quarters to complete. As shown in instructions, and as you can see on your 4-year plan with the number of boxes you are allowed to fill in each year, the maximum number of credits you could earn each year is 8. Therefore, the maximum number of credits you can register for on this form is the equivalent of 8 credits. Don't be confused by circling study halls. They are listed with credits so you can add them up on your form to tally to 8 credits. However, you technically don't earn credits by taking a study hall. You will proceed with completing your form by looking at your 4-year plan and your intended courses for next year, and then going to your registration form and making sure all the correct courses you wish to take are circled accordingly. Please double check your selections, making sure you have circled the correct courses and they total up to 8 credits of time. This should also match up to the number of boxes you filled in on your 4-year plan. If you are in a music class, please take a moment to look at these boxes on your form. It is important that you realize that each music class, choir, band, or orchestra is taken during 1/2 of a block of time in our school schedule. Therefore, you earn 0.25 credits each quarter rather than the 1/2 credit earned with all other classes. This is why you will notice 4 numbers before each one. Because you are registering to take the music class all year for 4 quarters, a quarter credit times 4 quarters equals 1 full credit. If you take only one music, you must also circle the study hall option in this section, because we have no classes for you to take for just half a block of time opposite your music, with the exception of accounting, which you are welcome to register for in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. If you are not taking accounting, please circle the 4 0 numbers in front of the study hall, which takes up 1 credit's worth of time. On your registration form, this will be tallied up as 2 credits of time when adding up the total number of courses to be taken each year. Moving to the back side of your form, once you have made all your course selections, double check the total credits of time you have registered for and make sure this totals up to 8. Do not register for any more or less than this. Moving down to the alternates, it is very important that you complete this and do it correctly. These blanks will be used if the courses you selected above can't all be scheduled for you. Reasons may include the elective course you requested did not have enough students in order for it to be offered, or the course becomes full, or 2 courses you want are offered at the same time, so you can't take both of them. Completing your alternates becomes much easier when you have a 4-year plan. For example, let's look at the sample plan. You will notice that in 10th grade you are required to take a large number of required classes, which limits the number of elective courses you can take. Let's say for this demonstration that you have updated your plan from last year and all the courses listed in the 9th grade column were classes you completed and passed. Now you will register for all the classes in your 10th grade column. Fill out your registration form accordingly. Once you've finished your first choice selections and tally up your credits, you will move to completing your alternates and drops on the back. In this example, we will need to think through your options because there are many required classes and you cannot choose to drop these. You took Spanish 1 already, so you will need to decide if you can hold off from Spanish 2 and experience a whole year gap, or if putting music down as your first drop is a better option. This is a decision you will make based on what is most important to you. If you decide choir is your first drop, then you might place choir and study hall in the drop blanks 1 through 4. You then have 4 boxes open for classes to add. On your plan, you are set to take Spanish 2 in 11th grade. If this is important to you, then you can add this class as add number 1 and 2. You also wanted to take psychology. This could be moved up as add number 3. Looking ahead to Principles of Business as a senior year class you plan to take to meet the careers requirement, this may be a good option to add to your 10th grade course options. It is always good to fit in a needed class when it works. You might place this class as add number 4. Keep in mind this is just an example. You can add these in any order you wish based on what your priorities and preferences are. Now you only need 1 more drop and 1 more add. You can't drop required classes, so your next and only drop, number 5 option, is Spanish 2. So you would write this down. Now looking ahead, there aren't any future classes that seem like a good fit for you as an add or alternative number 5. So you now think about what you would enjoy or need for your future goals. You might consider 2 options to select this 5th alternative. You may wish to look through the Blue Earth Area Registration Handbook, as well as look at the courses you would take at Riverland for your current plan of study to be a medical assistant after high school. Once you look at the medical assisting program at Riverland, you will notice that you will take a computer applications course and another course called Office Procedures. In order to have some skills in this area, You could add a similar course from our business department. Practical software and money management might be good options to add as alternate number 5. Another sample scenario might be, you took art foundations in 9th grade and really enjoyed it. Maybe you want to enroll in painting, drawing, or a ceramics class now that you have met the prerequisite for the other art classes. You may decide to add one of these as your alternate number 5. Typically, students can get most of their course selections in 10th grade, but we need you to be prepared for alternatives and complete this drop-add section in case conflicts arise. Keep in mind, with the way our schedule is built, you can't just give up study hall in your 4-year plan if it is taken opposite a music class, because these are actually just 1/2 of a block of time, and there are no classes offered during that 1/2 block time slot with the exception of accounting. Your schedule will be arranged in priority order based on how you complete this form, with preference being given to the first class you would drop and the first alternate class you would add. One final item to consider on the back side of your registration form is if you failed any classes, you should keep track of this and note it on your registration. You should also consider these classes you will need to retake when making your selections and circling classes on your form, as well as when you complete your 4-year plan and what required classes you need to retake. Keep in mind, your 4-year plan may need to be rearranged if you are a transfer student from another school and you are taking things in a different order. You can adjust your course plan each year if you fail a class and need to retake it, or if you change your plans and decide different courses may be a better fit for you. Keep in mind, it is very important that you do the best job possible completing your registration form correctly each year, and that you register for the classes you need and wish to take. We will build the master schedule based on what you request on this form, so do not take this lightly and assume you can just change your schedule later. The staffing will be planned and the number of sections created based upon your choices on this form, so take your time to do it correctly and build the best schedule that will work for all the students at the high school. The final step of this process is to get signatures on your forms. Student, parent, and advisor signatures should be obtained on both the registration form and your 4-year plan. Staple these two together and submit to your advisor. These are due by February 26th.